Welcome back to one more session. Today in this video I am going to explain about doctrine of pious obligation. This can be defined as a legal principle that recognizes a moral duty to fulfill a promise or obligation even if it's not legally enforceable. The concept of pious obligation was rooted in Roman law and Indian jurisprudence, particularly in Hindu law and Muslim law. In the Hindu law, a debt is considered as a sin, hence, it was enjoined by the Shastras at every son, grandson, or great grandson is under a pious duty to discharge the debts with interest of respectively the father, grandfather, or great grandfather. The liability imposed on the son to pay the debt of the father is not a gratuitous obligation. The doctrine of pious obligation is a necessary. Courts, the courts may recognize and enforce pious obligations in certain circumstances. For example, in Kodiri Achaya Makendaya versus Kottaya in 1885 case, in this case, the Madras High Court recognized the pious obligation to maintain a family member. Similarly, another one more case law, that is Baya versus Ram Narayan 1927. In this case, the Privy Council acknowledged pious obligation to fulfill. Privy Council acknowledged a pious obligation to fulfill a promise made to a deceased person. One more case, that is Rajagopala versus C.R. Rajagopala 1964. In this case, the Supreme Court of India upheld a pious obligation to support a dependent family member. Is there any defense or immunity or exceptions to doctrine of pious obligation? Yes, there is. In the case of Amritilal versus Jayantilal, AIR 1960, SC 964. In this case, the Supreme Court opinion that even if the son is under the pious obligation, the son would be safe only when he can prove that the alienee was aware of the immoral character of the debt for the discharge of which father was made. So in case of debt which is connected with any illegal or any immoral transaction, in that case, uh, the son has immunity or a exception as a defense from a doctrine of pious obligation. Thank you.